Yo, it's your boy Marcus, aka Just One Marcus on the Just One channel, and today we are going to be rebuilding the Pelicans, who have been struggling lately with Zion Williams. I just called him Zion Williamson out of the lineup due to injury. So I'm trying to do something different now to switch it up a bit and see if that helps my chances and not have the game cheese me. So I do have injuries on for the whole league now, but I have the frequency down a lot to try to make it more realistic and not how 2K usually is. And I also turned on team chemistry and morale because I want to see if that switches things up a bit and helps with the cheesiness not happening anymore. Anyways, back to the Pelicans. I'm filming this on February 27th, and they did just lose their fourth straight game against the Orlando Magic. So I'm going to force win this game for the Magic and sim through here. Obviously, they didn't lose by like this margin, but they did lose the game. In this game, I have that Zion is projected to be out for about 2 more weeks, and then Dyson Daniels will also be back pretty soon as well. So this is the lineup I'm gonna run until he's both healthy, or they're both healthy. CJ at the 1, Josh Richardson at the 2, Ingram at the 3, Murphy at the 4, Valanciunas at the 5, with Herb Jones 6-man. I actually might swap these two out and start Herb Jones instead. Richardson as the 6-man instead then. Larry Nance Jr. 7th man, Najee Marshall 8th man, and Jose Alvarado rounding off the 9-man rotation. So I'm just gonna sim until this 2-week mark here at March 15th. As it already says, Dyson Daniels has healed. I'm just gonna leave the rotation for now. Okay, it says Zion has already healed, but he would not be back already in real life. I highly doubt. So I'm gonna leave the rotation until this 2-week period here. Brandon Ingram is now injured. I'm just gonna leave that. This is why I don't like 2K's injuries being on, because guys just get injured so frequently in ways that they wouldn't in real life. But yeah, now that Zion is back, this is gonna be the lineup pretty much the same as before, except Zion in that 4 spot now, with Trey Murphy, Josh Richardson, Alvarado, and Nance rounding off our 9-man rotation. I think I forgot to mention when after the Pelicans lost to the Magic on what was the day I'm filming this, the 27th, they dropped down to the 10th seed in the West. So we kind of brought ourselves back up a bit here in this 2-week period without Zion still, and are an 8th seed. Let's hope we can push past the Warriors and maybe the Mavericks to have a solidified playoff spot here for the rest of the season. I don't think I'm going to do a cut here because we don't have a lot of games, so I'm just going to simulate it out. And so far it looks like we're doing really good. We've taken 1 L, and Herb Jones now has a slight injury. I'm just going to leave the rotation because he's not that hurt, and now he's fully healed and he's back. So yeah, this is what the thing with the injuries. We're 41-40, so we're just about 500, or we're just over 500, and we're still in 8th spot. So I doubt we would get into a actual playoff spot. Jokic MVP, which probably will happen. Paulo Rookie of the Year, which probably will happen. Brogdon 6-man. Embiid, Depoy, Şengün Most Improved. Joe Mazzulla Coach of the Year. Here's your All-NBA first, All-NBA second looking like this, and All-NBA third like this. So none of our guys. Here's All-Defensive first and All-Defensive second. Also none of our guys. And I don't think we'd have any rookies this year. So yeah, we are the 8th seed, but we have 2 cracks at it to get into the playoffs here. We have a tough first matchup though against the Clippers. I'll just show the stats kind of quick here, as it was just a short little sim that we did. Zion 25.7 boards, 4 assists with a steal, shooting pretty efficiently, honestly a lot better than he was before. BI 23, 6, and 5, shooting very efficiently as well, much better than his previous season. CJ actually had a really good year, 22 points, 4 boards, 6 assists. In real life right now though, he is shooting abysmally. Like, he has not been playing well the past couple games. Valanciunas is also a guy who's not really going to give you a lot of points in real life, but in the game he's 14-10, shooting efficiently from the field but not from 3. Trey Murphy giving us 12 points, 4 boards, and an assist, almost a steal a night, shooting pretty efficiently. Josh Richardson, probably not going to be here long term. He's just like a decent guy to have off the bench that can play both sides of the ball. Najee Marshall, Also a guy, I don't know if he's going to be here really long term. He doesn't shoot the best, but he is a pretty good defender. Jose Alvarado, someone I would hope can get better in his three-point shooting throughout this video, because I do like him as a defensive spark off the bench with his kind of like dog mentality, giving us a steal and a decent amount of points, rebounds, and assists. Herb Jones, an elite defender, but in this game, not the best shooter. In real life, though, I'm pretty sure he's actually shooting the ball pretty well. Yeah, they give him a D+ 3 rating, which I don't think is very accurate. Then last, we just had Nance here, who in real life is playing pretty solid, and honestly in this game he had a pretty decent year. So first play-in game against the Clippers. In real life so far with their Russ experiment, it has not been going well. They're 0 for 2. But to be fair, the second game, I do not think it was Westbrook's fault. Like the game that they just recently had, he had a really good stat line, and just like, if you look at this, I didn't watch that. I watched the game against the Kings, which was crazy. People said they weren't playing any defense, like on both sides, but they really were. Like on the star players, like Kawhi was getting defended, PG was getting defended, Fox was getting defended, but they just kept making like insanely tough shots. But yeah, anyways, they have a solid squad here. I feel like we could beat them though. Let's see what happens. Simulate their game, and we do win. So we're gonna be a 7 seed. Simulate the play-in to go against the Memphis Grizzlies. Are they good in the West? Valanciunas was injured apparently for some reason. I'm just gonna leave the rotation. Ja, Bane, Brooks, Triple J, Steven Adams. Really good lineup. They have a lot of versatility in their defensive abilities and offensively. I'm hoping that Zion is just enough, but I think Triple J and D Brooks might lock up our main guys. Game 1, we win though. Game 2, we win 2. Game 3, oh my god. Ja is not good in the West. We sweep the 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies in the first round as a 7 seed. BI and Zion and CJ all go crazy. Even Valanciunas had a great game. So they did not show up defensively, and they were not good enough offensively either. Now we got round 2 against Sacktown. Fox, Herter, Barnes, Keegan Murray, Sabonis. Really, they should be starting Malik Monk instead of Kevin Herter, because he's been playing a lot better recently, but this is a game, so it's not going to be completely 100% accurate. But yeah, if we were able to beat the Grizzlies, I feel like we could beat the Kings. They really just have Fox and Sabonis and then a bunch of good role guys, but I feel like we have more of the star power and veteran presence as we win the first game. Okay, oh, that's not good. Valanciunas has cramps. We're just going to leave the rotation. And then he's healed. Like, I don't understand. We win the second game, and now we have another. Okay, Herb Jones is just completely injured, I guess. So, yeah, he's going to have to come out of the lineup, and I'm just going to shorten the rotation here and not put any guys in who I don't want them to. So, game 3, we win. Game 4, we win. Game 5. Dude, am I just going to win in the first year here? Like, if Zion was back in real life, or he wasn't gone for this long, I think the Pelicans would still be a top seed in the West. But without Zion, like, they just have so many liabilities in their game. And obviously in real life, you've seen like 4-game losing streak, losing to teams like the Magic, who you really shouldn't be losing to. Conference finals though against Luka and Kyrie. Also Christian Wood, can't forget about him. Tim Hardaway Jr. and Reggie Bullock, we're not too worried about. Honestly, I feel like we should win this just because Zion and Ingram should be able to cook. And we should be able to lock up Kyrie. Luka's just going to score no matter what. Let's see what happens here. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win. Game 4, we win. Dude, no way. Oh my god, we're in the finals. Okay, so clearly what I did with the injuries and the team morale made 2K not be so cheesy with the way I do my teams. Even though I really didn't do much except the lineup. Ingram is your West MVP. Trey and the Hawks actually make it out of the East with a new head coach, which is kind of crazy. So I'm pretty sure, well, yeah, they would have the same lineup. The trade deadline already passed. Trey, DeJounte, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Clint Capella. Really, it's Trey and DeJounte, and then a bunch of pretty good role guys around them. We've been on an insane playoff run right now, though. Only 2 losses. Let's see if we can win the chip. We win game 1. Zion is injured. Okay, it's just a bruise, so I'm going to leave it as they win game 2. They win game 3. We win game 4. Okay, Zion's fully healed. I'm just going to adjust the rotation here to kind of readjust it. So game 5, we lose. Are we going to... lose here in the NBA Finals. Oh my God, Game 7. Simulate with Simcast. Hopefully it's a good one. As the Hawks come out crazy, we're kind of coming back though. When we do come back going into the third, it's a really back and forth game now going into the fourth. Anyone's game here, but the Hawks seem to be pulling away with it. And okay, we're down 5 with a minute 35 to go. Can we make a little bit of a comeback here? Okay, 3-point game with 44 seconds. I'm gonna jump in and see what happens. All right, we're gonna watch this like we're in the stands at the game. Trey bringing the ball up the floor, going against CJ. Can he lock him up? It seems like he can. Trey tried to get a pick but didn't work. Ooh, Okongwu on the cut and he makes it. That is not good. Murphy inbounds the ball. Okay, Zion's in the game. CJ dribbling up the floor, passes to Ingram on a cut. He makes it as well. So it's a one possession game here, well, to tie it up. Both teams in the bonus, 27 seconds left, and we foul. So who is shooting here? I think it's DeJounte who's going to be shooting the free throws, and BI actually fouls out. He makes the first one. Is he going to make the second one as well? He does make it, so that makes it a lot harder for us. Pelicans call a timeout. All right, Najee Marshall inbounding the ball here. Can he get it in? He gets it to Zion. Zion gives it to Valanciunas, who swings it over to Josh Richardson, who gives it to CJ. CJ drives. That is a tough shot, and he misses it. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. So the Hawks do beat us in 7 games and win the NBA championship in 2023. Trey Young is your finals MVP. Let's see what happened in that closeout game. DeJounte went off. Trey also went off. 26 points, 17 assists. Collins also had a great game. And yeah, Zion played great. BI played, honestly, actually no, BI did not play great. 0 for 5 from 3. That probably sold us a bit. CJ had a great game though. Josh Richardson did not have a good game. He's probably not going to be here long term. And yeah, Trey Murphy didn't play good as well. That was honestly much better than I thought it would be to start off. Like, I didn't think we would make a deep playoff run at all. Let's go to this 2023 draft lottery. See if we get lucky with any picks here. We have the 9th projected pick from the Lakers. So hopefully that jumps up. We're going to skip the lottery. And it goes to 2. That is insane. So we get the 2nd overall pick from the Lakers. LeBron, it was reported today, actually injured his foot in the comeback win against the Mavericks the other night, and he might be out for the rest of the season. So the Lakers seem like they would be on a run to come back to actually get a playoff spot or a play-in spot. But with that injury, like something like this could actually happen now in real life. If I can pick up Scoot with the 2nd overall pick here to be the point guard around Brandon Ingram and Zion, once CJ's contract is up, that would be a huge dub. So I'm honestly not going to trade the pick, and I'm going to hope that he doesn't go 1st overall here. Okay, welcome to the draft. The Rockets on the clock. Why would they take Scoot? Actually, they have Şengün though. Are they going to take Scoot? They take Brandon Miller. Okay, so I could even take Wembanyama here. That's a tough decision, bro. So Wembanyama right now only has all-star potential, which honestly only if you say that is kind of crazy. But Scoot here, if we look, has a Hall of Fame ceiling, and he just has really good grades other than his 3-point scoring, which I feel like is going to get better. Like, he's only 19 years old. So I think I'm going to stick to my guns. Wembanyama dropping to 3 is probably crazy, but especially since I have injuries on, I'm scared that if I do pick him up in this game, he's just going to get injured every single season, and I'm not going to be able to be good. So yeah, I'm going to take Scoot with the 2nd overall pick over Wembanyama. So here is the top 7. Scoot ends up being the 2nd highest overall guy, but in going down in the future, especially if Wemby keeps getting injured, Scoot might be the best guy out of this draft. So I'm completely happy with that pick. Team player options, I'm going to accept everyone here except for EJ Liddell. Herb Jones was injured, and it says he was out for the season in last playoff, so I'm hoping he'll be back once I sim to the start of next season. If we go to our qualifying offers, I will give it to Jackson Hayes. Maybe I can give him more backup center minutes this year to see what he can do. So I'm going to extend Jackson Hayes on a 3-year deal starting at 10 mil and ending at 11. He agrees to that. And that is all I'm going to do this offseason because I already have enough guys that would fill up my rotation. Zion's still going up. CJ goes down. Same with Valanciunas. Completely okay with that. I have the guys that I want to go up are going up, and some of these other guys are just staying the same. So Scoot says he dropped down 3. I moved him to the shooting guard. While Herb Jones is injured, I'm going to play Scoot in the starting lineup. And then at the trade deadline, I'm potentially going to look to move Larry Nance and Alvarado, or Nance and Kira Lewis Jr. to get some more future assets. Let's sim to this first actual season though, or the second season, and get the new lineup ready, as I don't know who this guy is. Somehow got injured. But yeah, none of this stuff matters. Okay, so Herb Jones is actually back from injury. So before I even get into the season, I think it would be really smart to sell on Alvarado here now that I have these two guys. It says he's upset in his relations there, as you can see. So I feel like it would be the smart decision to just get rid of him. Then once I'm done with CJ and he's too old and regressed, Scoot can be my number 1 and Kira Lewis can be my number 2. So before the season starts, I'm going to try to trade Larry Nance Jr. and Jose Alvarado to the Knicks for Isaiah Hartenstein, who's not going to play for me. And honestly, it's just like, didn't really play that well for them either. As a big man, like shooting less than 50 from the field is terrible. And yeah, he's not the best free throw shooter or defender either. So they would give me back a future first round pick in consideration of that, since they're getting 2 solid guys here. So let's see if they agree to this, and they do. So here's the lineup I've put together for the second year. CJ still at the 1, but getting significantly less minutes. Herb Jones at the 2, who I might actually drop down 1 or more to get Dyson Daniels a little bit more minutes there. Ingram at the 3, Zion at the 4, Valanciunas at the 5. So pretty much same starting 5. Scoot 6 man, pretty much sharing the minutes with CJ. Dyson Daniels 7th man, Trey Murphy 8th man, Jackson Hayes 9th man, and Najee Marshall rounding it off as the 10th man. I really think with Scoot on the team now, this team is set up to win a championship in the next like 3 years. So let's sim this season. I don't think I would need to make any trades, as I think I need to sign someone here. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna sim to the end of the season and then see where we're at, because I doubt we will be a bad team. Okay, we actually stopped at the trade deadline because I wanted to take a look at my contract situation with my guys and see if anyone was on like the last year of their deal here. So maybe I would want to move them. And as you can see, Valanciunas is on the last year of his deal. These other guys here are probably going to be qualifying guys that I can bring back. So I do want to see if I can make a move to get off Valanciunas and get some future assets back, because I still do have multiple centers here I can play that I'd be happy with. And I'm honestly, like, if we compete this year for another championship, I feel like we can have Jackson Hayes as a starting center and still be like really good with Zion, Ingram, and Scoot coming up now. The Mavericks are 13th in the West, but they do say they're a buying team and they're probably desperate to win with Luka. As you can see, I do not know what their GM was thinking of trading for Draymond and Vucevic, but maybe I could trade them Valanciunas and they could move Draymond to the 3, Vucevic to the 4, and then have Valanciunas at the 5. So I'm going to try to trade the Mavericks Valanciunas and 2 seconds for an unprotected first of theirs, just in case it does not work out and Luka cannot carry with these other old vets around him. And I would take back Maxi Kleber's contract here, which I feel like I could get off and attach one of my many picks to in the future anyways. So let's see if they agree to this, and they do. So here's what the new lineup's gonna look like. It's pretty much the same as before, except Dyson Daniels is actually playing much better than Herb Jones. So I'm gonna put him into the starting lineup. Jackson Hayes obviously starting at center now. Bench is looking the same as well, except now we have Hartenstein getting some backup center minutes. I did not mean to do that. And yeah, these other guys who aren't playing the best, I'm gonna reduce their minutes, because at this point, if these other younger pieces are playing better than them, then they're just earning their spot over them. Let's sim to the end of the year now and hope that the team is still good enough to compete in the West. 2023-24 season is about to wrap. Our record kind of falls off a bit, but I am okay with it, to look to the next couple of years here to be an elite team. We have 1 game left against the Mavericks, as we're 45-36, and we win, so 46-36. Trey MVP putting up 30 points and 13 assists, which is crazy. Wemby Rookie of the Year, probably because he was starting over there in Detroit. Brogdon 6-man again. Giannis Depoy, Terrence Davis Most Improved, and Joe Prunty Coach of the Year. Don't know who that is. Here's your All-NBA first, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So we do get Zion down there. Good to see that. Do we get an All-Defensive guy? We do not. And we do get Scoot on All-Rookie first team. So love to see that. And that would be all our guys. We are a solidified 2 seed still with 46 wins, which is really good. Zion still leads the way in points, 24 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. He did not make any threes this year. He had a 0%, and he actually didn't attempt any. I didn't even touch their tendencies, so that's kind of interesting that happened. But he shot really efficiently. Brandon Ingram, 18 points, 4 boards, almost 6 assists, shooting almost 50, 40, 85. Scoot's rookie season, terrible 3-point shooting, but still puts up 16 points, 3 boards, 6 assists, and a steal and a half, and shoots well from the field. CJ had another really good season, honestly. 15 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 50, 40, 82. Dyson Daniels, like I told you, he had a really good year. 13 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, shooting 46, almost 40. Jackson Hayes didn't really have the best season. I might take away his shot 3 tendency because he has a 3-point, he's a D plus from there, so I don't even know why he would have that. Trey Murphy had a decent year. He's kind of falling off though from his last season here, so hopefully he picks it up in the playoffs. Najee Marshall though coming back up slightly, so love to see that. Pretty much just good role guys to have off the bench. Herb Jones is not playing well offensively. In real life, I think they could develop him to be a good two-way player, like an elite defender and a serviceable offensive scorer. But in this game, I might have to move on from him. And yeah, these other guys down here didn't really matter. So yeah, I'm going to take away all of Jackson Hayes' 3-point shot tendencies here. I just find it really dumb how 2K like switches people's ratings and doesn't touch their tendencies. Like, you're going to drop this guy to a D+. Why is he attempting like a 40 out of 100, like have a shot 3 tendency that's 40 out of 100? It really makes no sense. So who are we going to have in the first round? OKC, who is another team on the come up here. 95 Shea, 87 Giddey, 78 Dort, 82 Jeremy Grant. Nice pickup for them. And 80 Chet. I feel like we have more of a deep lineup here. Let's see what happens though. Also, if you saw, the lineup looks kind of weird. I just had 2K do what they thought was best, and they think Scoot in the starting lineup now is what we need. So that is what we're going to do. Game 1, we lose though. Game 2, we also lose. Game 3, dude, are we really gonna get swept here? Okay, we win a game and we lose in 5. So last year we were the 7th seed and we came up and upset pretty much everyone. This year we get upset by the 7th seed, as Mobley is your East MVP on the Cavs, and Ja is your West MVP. So now Ja is good in the West. He wasn't last year though, but he is not good in the East because he gets swept by the Cavs in the finals with Garland as your finals MVP. All right, 2024 draft lottery. Are we gonna get some fire picks again? We have 12 via Milwaukee potentially, and that looks like it would be it. And yeah, so we have the 12th overall pick, which is really good. We also have pick 20 and 24, so we actually have some pretty good assets here. I think I am gonna move on from Willie Green and pick up a head coach with some better ratings, and I'm gonna see if that guy is going to be Jason Kidd, since it did not work out with him in Dallas with Luka, and he does sign here. So I put in an auto-generated draft class for this year. I'm gonna put in the one for this year in the next season, just to see if switching it up, like not having the OP draft classes that people make coming year after year and like messing up the league, kind of makes it more realistic. So for this draft though, I feel like Jackson Hayes is not the answer, and I'd like to pick up a young center here to kind of see if he can be any better. And if we look here, the best center is going to be around 9. So I think I'm going to try to trade up for the 8th or 9th overall pick. So I'm going to try to trade the Bulls the 12th and the 20th pick for the 9th overall pick. They have this 9th pick plus the 16th pick. They were kind of like middle of the pack in the East last year. So maybe valuing getting 3 future prospects instead of just 2 would make sense for them, as they already have a pretty decent core, I guess, to compete with Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball. DeRozan's going to be gone. They can bring back P. Will and then just get some more young guys to load up and progress with. I feel like they should agree to this, and they do. So we are at pick 9, and it looks like all the centers I was looking at have already gone in the draft. Yeah, this guy ended up going number 2. This guy went 5 to the Spurs, and then this guy went right one pick under me at 8. I think I'm gonna pick up this guy, Gregory Dudley. He's only 18 years old. He has all NBA potential. His grades aren't the best, but because of his young agent potential, I feel like he can maybe be special down the line. Then with my 24th pick, I believe I'm gonna pick up this power forward here who can maybe play for me right away. So our guys come in at 77, and this guy's a 72, which is unfortunate. If we go to our team player options here, Trey Murphy and Dyson Daniels will both get it. Good to have them on those cheap deals. Kira Lewis and Herb Jones will get qualifying offers. Herb Jones may be a sign and trade guy though, because he's just not working out in this game. So Herb Jones actually got a contract offer, which means teams are looking at him in the league for his elite defense. I'm gonna match it, and then potentially at the trade deadline, look to move CJ, Herb Jones, and some future picks for an insane package, but we'll go down that road when we get there. I'm going to re-sign Najee Marshall on a 3-year backloaded deal at 8.5 mil. Then I'm going to give Kira Lewis a 3-year deal as well, starting at 13 mil and 14 mil. Even though he hasn't really played for me, I think he is going to be a main piece off the bench once I trade CJ. Both of those guys agree. I don't think I really need any more guys, so we're just going to sim to the player progression here. Zion's still going up, Scoot up to an 85 in his second year. Love to see that. CJ does start dropping off a cliff though, but Herb Jones is starting to get better. I still think it would be smart though to include him and CJ in a big package together. And yeah, other than that, everyone else is pretty much fine except for Kleba, which I have to try to get rid of. Let's sim to the 2024-25 season now and see what this new lineup's going to look like, or if I'm going to look for a CJ trade right away. Okay, so I looked around the league and no one is really selling right now. So I think I'm just going to sim for a bit here and then take another look. I am going to do something crazy though and run an 11-man rotation to start here because I want to get all these guys some run, so I'm not just putting them cold in the lineup. Scoot is going to be at the 1 though, Daniels at the 2, Ingram at the 3, Zion at the 4, Jackson Hayes at the 5, with Herb Jones 6th man, Trey Murphy 7th man, CJ the 8th man now, and this guy picked up Gregory Dudley as the 9th man, and Najee Marshall 10th man, then Kira Lewis getting 9 minutes as the 11th man. We have a 4-star balanced system, which is the highest we can do and the highest of this video so far. Let's sim for a bit here and then take another look around the league and see if we can make a huge trade. Okay, so we're right before the All-Star break, and I was thinking of looking around the league for a star center, but literally all the teams that are good have them and the teams that are bad do not. And the main piece I think I can pick up here, which would be insane, is trading for Luka, as this is the 2nd year in a row now. The Mavericks have been terrible. Whoever their GM is just made horrible trades, and they ended up with Draymond Green and just a bunch of old pieces here who don't work with Luka. This is the best offer I would be willing to give them though, and I don't know if it's enough for it. They're getting their pick back would be huge though, because they're probably gonna be one of the worst teams in the league. So maybe they'll agree to it, maybe they won't, and they do not. The Nuggets are a 7th seed in the West right now, and maybe it's just not working out with the main core guys they've had, like Murray, Porter Jr., and Gordon. So maybe I can trade for one of Porter Jr. or Gordon for CJ and some other future assets, and maybe it would be a good swap for both sides. So I'm going to try to trade CJ, this young guy I picked up. Well, he's not that young, he's 24 years old, so he can actually kind of play right now, in a future first for Michael Porter Jr., who's only an 83 overall. He's a really efficient scorer, but defensively he is kind of a liability considered to his position average. But I have some really good defenders on my team, especially if I'm going to keep Herb Jones, so I'd be willing to do that. Then they will give me DJ Wilson to make the money work. Let's see if they agree, and they do. So you're probably thinking, why would I do that if I have Zion and Ingram still? Because I'm actually going to move Zion to the starting 5 now. Probably move Ingram to, okay, he goes down as a power forward. So maybe Michael Porter Jr. would go up as a power forward. Okay, he also goes down. I think I'd rather have Ingram go slightly down than MPJ go down. So yeah, the last thing I'm going to do here is package Maxi Kleber's bad contract with Najee Marshall, who is actually having a pretty good season, better than, well, his best season of his career right now, and also a future unprotected first for Chris Boucher and Josh Okogie, who are not going to play for me. They're both on the last year of their deals, and Najee Marshall is locked up for 3 years, so they're pretty much doing this trade for him, and maybe that Knicks pick works out. They should agree to this, and they do. So here's the new lineup after all those trades. Scoot at the 1, Daniels at the 2, MPJ at the 3, Ingram at the 4, Zion at the 5 with Herb Jones 6th man, Trey Murphy 7th man, Gregory Dudley, who is the reason I moved Najee Marshall, because he plays his position and is just shooting better already as a rookie, and I'm pretty sure has he doesn't have as good of defense, but I'm okay with that. He's only 19 years old, he'll progress it. Hayes now as the backup big with Kyra Lewis as the backup point guard. I think this makes our team much better and solidifies it more better. So let's sim to the end of the season now and hope that we are on the uphill climb. 2024-25 season is about to wrap. We're 1 win away from being a 50-win team, and we have 1 game left against the Mavericks, who are not good this year. Can we be a 50-win team? We can. So 50-32 on the year. Garland MVP, this guy rookie of the year. Markelle 6th man on the Suns. Nick Claxton, Depoy, Anthony Black most improved, and this guy still coach of the year. Here's your All-NBA first, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third, so no Zion this time. Do we get an all-defensive guy? We do not, and I don't think we had any significant rookies this year. Our record this year is good enough for a 3 seed, which is surprising because we have like 4 more wins than we did last season, but I guess the West is just more stacked this time around. Zion still pretty much doing what he's been doing this whole video, shooting insanely efficiently. Scoot in his 2nd season plays much better, 19 points, 4 boards, 9 assists, almost 2 steals, 50, 35, 78, so that's an improvement. Brandon Ingram, he's an elite scorer, just shooting insanely efficiently, doesn't have to do it as high of a clip though with our new additions. Dyson Daniels, really insanely good piece, only 22 years old, 13 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, a steal, shooting 48, 42, 70. His defense is insanely elite too, so he makes up for our lack of defense with Michael Porter Jr., who's also here to just shoot at an insanely efficient clip, shooting 50, 45, 80 on 13 points a night, and he's also giving us a steal too. Gregory Dudley, who I picked up as the 9th pick, actually played really well, 9 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, shooting 47, 36, 86. Chris Boucher didn't play for us. Trey Murphy also had an insanely good season, much better than his last one, 8 points, 2 rebounds, but shooting 50, 47, 94, insanely efficient. Jackson Hayes, I took away his shot 3 tendency, and he shot much more efficiently from the field, so love to see that. Herb Jones also had a much better season, his best season of his career, and he still gives us elite defense, so if he can keep it up, I would love to see that. And then our last guy was Kyra Lewis Jr., who also had an insanely efficient season and played really well all around. So round 1 against the Timberwolves, they have a 78 Schroeder, 92 Anthony Edwards, 79 Lonnie Walker, 87 Cat, and now Rudy Gobert is down to an 82. I would be absolutely shocked if we do not win this series. Game 1, I say that, and we lose the first game. We win the second game though. We win the third one. We lose the fourth one. We lose the fifth one. We have to make a comeback here. Game 6, we win, and this is it. Game 7, sim through game. We get out of there in 7. That was very stressful. Now we're in the second round against the 2 seed Rockets, who have 82 Dinwiddie, 90 Jalen Green, 84 Brandon Miller, 84 Jabari Smith, and 88 Şengün now. So definitely a very well-rounded roster. Do we have enough to win? We lose the first game. We win the second one. We lose the third one. We lose the fourth one. Game 5, we lose. So second round exit. 1 round better than last year though, so I'll take it as Shea or Shai is your West MVP, Garland is your East MVP, and the Cavs, I'm pretty sure, go back-to-back with Donovan Mitchell though as your Finals MVP this time. I'll probably do 2 more years here. Let's see who we have in this 2025 draft lottery who is real-life guys this time. We have the 3rd projected pick from Dallas. Can we jump up with it? And we stay at 3, so I'm honestly happy with that we didn't drop there. We also have 17 from Milwaukee though, and I think that is it. I'm going to try to trade up 1 pick just because I don't want, I ended up having another first round pick in the 20s, so I'm going to trade all 3 of my first for the 2nd overall pick, and I feel like getting another future pick from them is not very realistic. So we're just going to do this, 3 picks, going up 1 spot here in the top 5 and then giving them a mid and late lottery pick, I feel like it's pretty fair, and they don't agree to it. Okay, what if I just take this away and give you that second? They agree. If I can get Xavier Booker here, that would be a huge pickup, as the Wizards end up taking him at 1. So that is disappointing for me. I think I'm either gonna go for Isaiah Collier or Justin Edwards here. They're both the same age. Justin Edwards is a lot taller though. He has Hall of Fame potential. He's an elite perimeter defender, or a position average already at 19 years old. Not the best 3-point scorer though, as Isaiah Collier kind of has similar ratings. He's just a better playmaker, but I feel like I'm fine with Kira Lewis as my backup point guard. So I am going to take Justin Edwards with a 2nd overall pick. So here's the top 7. Unfortunately, Collier does come in 1 overall higher, and Matas Buzelis at 7 actually ends up being a bit higher than Justin Edwards too, but I'm okay with that. Team player options, Scoot and Dyson obviously coming back on that. Qualifying offers, Trey Murphy is going to get his qualifying. Brandon Ingram is a free agent, so I am going to give him an extension for 5 years. Bird rights starting at 30 mil and ending at around 40. He agrees to that. And Trey Murphy actually says he's not interested in negotiating with me. He says he's fed up for some reason, so that is absolutely dumb that the morale does that. I don't know why he would be fed up. He was getting how many minutes? 19 minutes a night, 20 minutes a night, shooting insanely well on my team. I actually went to Player Finder and found him instead, because I feel like that is absolutely dumb that the game would do that. So I'm going to give him a 4-year extension starting at 18 mil and ending at around 22. He agrees to that. I feel like we have a really good lineup, or a really good number of players to play here in the 10-man rotation, probably even more than that. So that is all I'm going to do. Zion starts regressing, sore left knee, and he's out for the season. Like, I don't know what that means, so hopefully that's not big of a deal. Scoot is up to a 90 though at 21 years old. BI still stays the same. Dyson Daniels going up. This Gregory Dudley guy is up to an 80, and everyone is either going up or staying the same. Let's sim to this 4th season here and hope we can finally make another push to the finals. So since Trey Murphy was upset, I'm actually going to trade him over to the OKC Thunder, and they will give me back an unprotected first and this other young piece here. Well, he's not that young. He's 23 years old, but he hasn't played in the league yet. And I'll give them back another top 3 protected first. So they should agree to this, and they do. I realized since I am playing with morale on, maybe him being upset would just mess up my chance of winning games. So I just took him out completely. Here's what the 10-man lineup looks like though. Scoot at the 1, Daniels 2, Porter Jr. 3, Ingram 4, Zion 5, with Herb Jones, Dudley, Kira Lewis Jr., Jackson Hayes, and Justin Edwards rounding off the rotation. I'm thinking this is a year I probably actually won't have to stop at the trade deadline, but you guys will see whether we stop at the end of the year or I do look to make another move at the trade deadline. Okay, so I stopped at the trade deadline. We're 34-22, which is a pretty good record, and it is good enough for 2nd in the West. The reason I stopped though, Michael Porter Jr. is on the last year of his deal here. He does have a team option, but I don't know if I think it's worth it at like 40 million for an 84 overall. I went through team intel, and the Celtics are a selling team, and they have an 89 Franz Wagner and an 87 Rob Will, which would completely like put us over the top against any other team, I think. That Clippers pick I got is 3 stars, and then this swap best pick I already had is 2.5 stars. So I feel like since they're a selling team, they'd want to get rid of some of their well, Franz Wagner's not that old, but Rob Will's 28. They'd get Porter Jr. back, who's 27, and they could maybe still run for a bit, or pick up his team option, then trade him again, and they get 2 heavily valued 1st-round picks here. I feel like I honestly should give them another 1st-round pick of mine, maybe. I can't trade any of them, so I'll give them a 2nd-round pick just to make this a bit better, and we'll see if they agree to it. They are a selling team, so I feel like they would, and they do agree to it. So with that trade, here is our new 10-man lineup. Scoot at the 1, Wagner at the 2, Ingram at the 3, Zion at the 4, Rob Will at the 5, with Dyson Daniels 6th man, Herb Jones 7th man. I'm actually gonna take Gregory Dudley out of the lineup and give Justin Edwards those minutes because he has better grades. So then Kira Lewis Jr. will be getting 13 a night as the 9th man, and Jackson Hayes will round it off as a 10th, and then we just have some really good backup guys here if someone fouls out. Now let's sim to the end of the year, and we should definitely be a favorite here. 2025-26 season is about to wrap. We're 55-26 with 1 game left against the Trailblazers, and we win. So 56-26, Garland MVP, Xavier Booker, who I wanted Rookie of the Year, Hugh Blount, 6-man, who was another guy I was gonna pick up in the drafts, Wemby Depoy, Wemby Most Improved, JB Bickerstaff, 74-8. The Cavs have beaten the record for the best record in the league in the regular season all time. That is insane. Here's your All-NBA first, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So we get Zion back on there. Love to see that. And we do not have any all-defensive guys, though. And we didn't get Justin Edwards on an all-rookie team. So, yeah, we are the 1 seed in the West. And the Cavs over there in the East, I'm pretty sure, have beaten the record. Stats on the year, Zion going down a bit. 24 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal. I upped his three-point tendency a bit because he's a B-, so he really should be shooting a couple of them. And he shot decent from there. Scoot, 23 points now. 5 boards, 10 assists, 2 steals. Shooting more efficiently. Love to see that. Franz Wagner, if we go to his split stats here before All-Star and since All-Star. So his points obviously come down, and same with his rebounds, but his assists go up because we have so many good guys on the team. And his efficiency actually went way up too, if you see here. So that is really good to see. Brandon Ingram, 17 points, 4 boards, 5 assists, shooting insanely efficiently still. Dyson Daniels, again, off the bench, really efficient guy, plays insanely good defense and shoots lights out. Gregory Dudley, like I said, I took him out of the lineup because I didn't really want him to get the minutes over Justin Edwards because he is like B's here. And if we look at Justin Edwards, he is like A-, A+. He's an elite defender too. So yeah, had to put him there instead. And he had a very good season, 10 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, almost a steal a night, shooting 46, 35, 85. Rob Will, got to look at his split stats before and since All-Star. So his points come down, his rebounds come down. Obviously, he's playing beside Zion, but he still gives us 2 blocks a night, and his efficiency unfortunately came down as well. Kira Lewis, in the minutes he makes the most of it. 13 minutes a night, putting up 8 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, shooting almost 50, 40, 90. Herb Jones still getting more efficient throughout the years and playing elite defense for us. Jackson Hayes, since I took away his shot 3 tendency, his efficiency has been going through the roof, and he just plays really solid for us. And that was all the guys. So who do we have in round 1 here is going to be Portland, who we just beat at the end of the season, who have an 84 Davion Mitchell, 88 Simons, 86 Sharp, 82 Taylor Hendricks, and 80 Nurkic. There should be no world, there should be no universe where this team beats us in the first round. Franz Wagner is injured though, so let's hope that doesn't do it. Our team is still insanely stacked here though. Game 1, we do win. Game 2, we win it too. Game 3, we lose. Don't let them come back. Okay, we're up 3-1 and we get out of there. Love to see that. Hopefully Franz will come back soon, as we have the Jazz in the second round, who have 89 Brunson, 89 Kyrie, 82 Tobias Harris, 81 Jarvis Walker, and 84 Walker Kessler. Their 1 and 2 are really good, but I feel like our team is just much better. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, Franz Wagner is healed. Game 3 with Franz back, we win it. And Game 4, we are out of there to go against a 7 seed. Oh my God, Zion is having some injuries. We're going to leave the rotation. 7 seed Sacramento Kings in the Western Conference Finals, who have De'Aaron Fox still, who is an 88. 81 Kevin Huerter, 77 Bruce Brown, Keegan Murray up to an 85, and 84 Okongwu. We should not lose this series either. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3. Okay, Zion's fully healed. We won Game 3, and we sweep them. We are in the NBA Finals. Scoot is your Western Conference Finals MVP, putting up 29.7 boards, 11 assists, and 2 steals. Absolutely insane. But we have the best team of all time, Cleveland Cavaliers. 93 Garland, 92 Mitchell, 84 Okoro, 95 Mobley, and 88 Jarrett Allen. Let's hope we can pull the upset. Game 1, we win. Game 2, oh my God, Robert Williams has a pinched nerve in the back, and we lose Game 2. We win Game 3 though. We lose Game 4. Game 5, we win. Can we win the finals here? Let's go. I have finally completed the longest drought in my whole history in like over 5 years doing rebuilds, and we win a championship with the New Orleans Pelicans. Scoot Henderson is your finals MVP. 30 points, 6 boards, 12 assists, 3 steals a night. Did not shoot well from 3 though. In the closeout game, Zion and Scoot did what they had to do. 29 and 10 for Zion shooting efficiently. Franz Wagner played well. Brandon Ingram played well. Dyson Daniels was there defensively. 2 steals and 4 blocks. Absolutely insane. And the Pelicans finally win a championship in 2026. It took me 4 years of doing a rebuild with them to win it. Usually, well, in the past, if I won a championship, I would do another year and then we would end up losing. But I think this team is so good, I might just have to run it back one more time. So we did not have any draft picks or anything. Go straight to team player options. Scoot, Dudley, both accepted. This Irving Kerr guy has decent ratings, so I guess I'll just pick him up too to have another asset. Qualifying offers, I will give it to Dyson Daniels. I need to get him back here. Robert Williams is a free agent. I'm gonna see if I can get him on somewhat of a team-friendly deal here since he's 28. 5 or maybe he'd like less years. 3 years front-loaded, starting at 31 mil and ending at around 28. He agrees to that. Then I'm gonna extend Dyson Daniels on a 5-year deal starting at 25 mil and ending at 33. He agrees to that. And finally, we're just gonna re-sign Jackson Hayes for a couple years as a backup big, and he agrees. So we got everyone back. You love to see it. Let's look at this player progression and hope it looks insanely good. Zion 97, Scoot 95, Wagner stayed. Oh, he kind of goes down a bit at 24, which is kind of weird. But yeah, this team is nasty. I think by the time this rebuild is done, we should have 3 90s. Well, we already won a championship, so the rebuild's secondly done. But let's sim this last year here. I'll show you the last lineup, and then we'll sim it through and see if we can get it done one more time. So since I'm not playing Gregory Dudley, actually, because I'm going to be playing Justin Edwards in his minutes, I am going to try to trade Gregory Dudley and Jackson Hayes to get Vanderbilt as a backup center or backup big for me and a future first from the Lakers. I actually don't even need the future first because it's the last year I'm doing, so I'll just do this to make sure I get Vanderbilt here and they agree. So here's what our final 10-man lineup looks like. Scoot at the 1, Wagner at the 2, Ingram 3, Zion 4, Rob Will at the 5, Dyson Daniels 6-man, Herb Jones 7th man, Vanderbilt 8-man, Justin Edwards 9th man, and Kira Lewis as the 10th man. We have a 4.5-star balance system. That is the best we can do. Let's sim this last year here. No stopping at the trade deadline now. And as Zion gets injured right away for 4 to 6 weeks, I think we should be fine though come playoff time. Last season is about to wrap. We're 57 and 24 with 1 game left against the T-Wolves, and we win, so 58 wins. Scoot Henderson is the MVP of the league. 25 points, 5 boards, 11 assists with 2 steals. Absolutely insane. Isaiah Collier 6-man, Mobley, Depoy, Isaiah Collier most improved, and Steve Clifford actually coach of the year. We probably would have been like a 70-win team, but literally every week one of our main guys was getting injured, and Zion was injured like every other week, which makes it crazy that the Cavs had 74 wins because like you can see here, I have injuries on all around the league. We obviously get Scoot All-NBA first, and that is the only All-NBA guy we get. We get Scoot on all defensive too, which is huge, and we would not have any rookies. We are surprisingly the 2 seed, so I guess Steve Clifford was actually no Steve Clifford. I'm pretty sure coaches the Hornets, so I don't know who is the Rockets head coach. I'm just gonna do a quick look through the stats. You saw Scoot's stats. Zion's points come down a lot, but like we have other guys here putting up insane amounts of numbers, like Franz Wagner playing insanely well. Dyson Daniels put up 16 points and played great. Ingram still gave us 16 points and played insanely efficient. Justin Edwards had an insanely good second season. Kira Lewis Jr. kind of fell off a bit, but he still played really well. Rob Will giving us 2 blocks a night still. Herb Jones shooting the best he has in his whole career from 3. Irving Kerr, this guy ended up playing really well for me. He came in when guys were injured and was really solid, so love to see that. Vanderbilt played insanely well for me, much better than he did last year on the Lakers, and that was all the guys. So round 1 against Memphis again. This is a throwback to the first series of this video where we were the 7 seed and they were the 2 seed and we upset them. So hopefully we can not let them upset us here. Game 1 we win, game 2 we win, game 3 we win. Game 4, we win. So we sweep them. Second round against the 3 seed Warriors now, who are back on top with Kevin Durant, who returns there. So they have an 81, 85 Derek Whitehead, 93 KD, Wiggins still there, and 84 Capella. We should be able to win this easily. Game 1 we win, Game 2 we win, Game 3 we win, and we sweep back-to-back series. Can we go undefeated here? We have a tough matchup though in the West Finals against the Rockets, who have an 86, 92 Jalen Green, 91 Brandon Miller, 85 Jabari Smith Jr., and a 90 Şengün. Game 1 we win. Game 2 we win. Game 3 we win. No way we sweep them. Okay, gentlemen, sweep them. Let's go. Scoot is your West MVP, Mobley East MVP, and we have a rematch of the finals, Cavs versus Pelicans, and we pretty much both have the exact same rosters, so hopefully we will still come out on top. Game 1 we win, Game 2 we lose, Game 3 we win, Game 4 we lose. It's like the exact same sequence that happened last year. Game 5 we win. Can we win back to back? Oh, Game 7. Gotta simulate this last one with Simcast and hope for the best. Maybe it's a close one and I can hop in at the end as we are up going to the half. They come back in the third though, which is not good. We need to make a huge comeback in the fourth here. It's kind of close. Okay, they're kind of up here, and yeah, the Cavs just come out on top. The Cavs in this world here, well, just in real life, this would be their team probably in the future, are an insanely good team. How I built the Pelicans for like the next probably like 3 years here, it would be Cavs and Pels every year in the finals, like it was with Golden State and Cleveland with LeBron. Dyson Daniels actually showed out for us here in the closeout game. Scoop played great. Wagner played great. Zion had a stinker, which is okay because he got us a chip last year, and BI played pretty efficient, honestly. So in 5 years, we make it to 3 NBA finals and win one of them, which I'll honestly take. I think any franchise or fan base would be happy with that. We end up with 2 90s here, 2 guys who are almost 90s, and then a bunch of mid to high 80s guys, and then some low 80s guys to round off our lineup. So I really like how I rebuilt this team. I think I got lucky with the Celtics being a rebuilding team and having Wagner and Williams. It's not really luck though, because I made the trades to get those assets and the picks to be able to make a trade like that. So yeah, I think I just did a really good job this time around, and I'm glad that I beat my streak of losing. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you thought about anything in it. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm back on this 3-time-a-week grind. You can see the upload schedule in my cover art on my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Peace.